Hey everybody! So I had some time and wanted to do a car tapping video. This is my friend's car and she let us do a tap through here, and I was really excited to get the time to, because I never get to do car tapping videos for you in Egypt. This is a Ford, I believe. It's like midday filming this, so the sun's really pretty and coming in the front window here. How are you guys doing? I feel like I miss all of you somewhat. I don't know. I think it's because I've been so busy in the US. I'm visiting the US right now, so I get this feeling of missing you. Because I think I usually get to film more often and respond to you guys a bit more often. I've been trying to respond to comments still, but these windows are really loud, sorry. But yeah, I think I've been able to read your comments and respond, but I don't know. I think it's because I'm busy. I just feel like I haven't had as much time with you guys somehow. Things have been really great on my trip. Got to spend time with lots of family and friends. Yesterday we did our Egypt party, which means me and all the little ones in my life that I've loved for years and years and had them in my life for years. We just try to do a little party together every time I visit the US. And the first time we called it the pink party. It was a themed party. We wore pink. Everything we ate was pink. And if it wasn't, we used food colouring to make it pink. And then we had, this year, the kids decided they wanted it to be an Egypt party. So we ditched the colour theme this year. But they know I live in Egypt and they were really excited to try some of the foods from there, and we did some dancing to Egyptian music. We made a very popular Egyptian dish for our dinner. They cooked with me on little stools. We actually made one of the most, I don't know, maybe beloved meal. It's called koshari. Koshari is something that consists of rice, pasta, lentils, garbanzo beans, or some people call them chickpeas, then this delicious tomato sauce, and the topper is fried onions. And it's really, really delicious. It somehow is a really great combination of items and goes really well all together. I've eaten it many, many times, but this was my first time making it, so I wanted to make sure, since I was going to be doing it with kids, I wanted to kind of have everything down. Do you see what I'm writing? I'm seeing if you can catch it. It was car ASMR. But yeah, when you have kids in the kitchen, it's kind of like your brain's all over the place, and I like to have them help, and they kind of alternate turns and helping in different things, but you have to be careful because you're cooking a lot and pay attention, and so I wanted to make sure I knew how to do everything prior to doing it. So sometimes in the kitchen, if it's something I've never made and kind of like watching a YouTube video on how to do it, I'll just kind of watch as I go, but this was not going to work that way. So I had watched the video before and I'd gotten all the ingredients, and we had to use a lot of different like pots because you make rice in a separate pot, pasta in a separate pot, lentils in a separate pot, the fried onions in a separate pot, and the sauce in a separate pot. And last but not least, we actually used a little saucepan to kind of heat up the garbanzo beans. There's a lot of garlic that goes into the sauce. You chop up garlic and saute it and add it to tomato sauce with a bit of crushed tomatoes as well. I also did some just fresh tomatoes that I sauteed before adding the other components of the sauce. Usually Egyptians don't do that, but I just did it because we had some fresh tomatoes and I thought it might be nice. But usually it's just like a tomato sauce with maybe some crushed tomatoes, like from a can, in it. Some cumin, salt. I added a bit of turmeric, but I'm not sure that that's commonly added. It was delicious though. And when you make rice in Egyptian culture, not always, but often you actually add this little pasta into a saucepan, saute it with oil prior to adding the rice. It's these little pieces of pasta, the tiny bits. Is it called vermicelli? I can't remember the name. It's something with a V. Little tiny bits of pasta, as if you were to take spaghetti and cut it up in small bits. Like less than an inch, maybe half an inch each one. You saute them until they're brown, and then you add the rice and stir it in with that sauteed pasta, and then you add the water. Bring it to bring it up to a boil again. Let it then simmer for whatever time, the kind of rice you're making, but usually it's a white rice. And when it is fully cooked, all of that pasta, it like rises to the top of the pan, and you just see this like browned, delicious noodle sort of at the top of the rice, and I don't know, it's just delicious. So there were very many components, and it was also my first time frying onions. They were amazing. I had a pot filled with vegetable oil, and you bring that to a high heat, medium-high heat. I found that the higher the better. It worked for me at least, but I think the video I watched at like medium to high heat. Anyway, it wasn't quite getting where it needed to get on that heat, so I put it high, and then you chop the onions and you pop those into the oil. It took a really long time for them to get browned, but it did eventually do it, and they tasted amazing, so delicious. So a crispy onion, fried onion on the top of that mixture just brings it all together. Curious if anyone has had koshari before. I'm sure if there are Egyptians watching this, you've of course had it. But anyone else? So anyway, we did our Egypt party, and it was really fun. I built a fort with the kids, like a pillow fort, with like a blanket pillow fort, quite a big one, and we slept inside of it in the middle of the living room. And I didn't know if like we'd all be able to sleep because we kind of like piled on each other, but it worked. We all slept. They slept. The kids slept the whole night. I was up and I was up a few times, just kind of like trying to get my bearings, but like it wasn't the most comfortable, but it wasn't bad. We covered the floor with lots and lots of, see, I've got lots of change here. I'm just going to do some coin sounds because there's so many in here. But yeah, it was really fun. They were beyond excited to sleep in the blanket fort. We were kind of trying to replicate the feeling of like sleeping in a tent on the sands of Egypt in the desert at night. Some people get to do that. I don't do that in Egypt, but lots of people, tourists, get to go and do that, and it's kind of a fun experience. And I thought they might enjoy something like that. Kind of get their imaginations going. We also built a quote-unquote taxi out of a cardboard box, which is hilarious because, I don't know, taxis just go hand in hand with Egypt in my mind, and yeah, we like decorated it. And the goal was to scoot the kids around in this box like they were driving a taxi. We didn't quite get there. We had maybe too many activities. They really wanted to make an Egyptian flag, and that was cute. That was their thing, so they did that. Get the rest of these coins. I love the sounds of coins. So my friend's got 2 little ones at the moment that she sometimes has in this car, sometimes 3, I guess. And so I'll take you to the back in a moment. You'll see some of the they're no longer car seats. They're like the little, what are they called? The little toddler like seats, but they're not car seats. Can't remember the name of them because they've gotten bigger and you don't need a car seat. You just need to sit in that little thing. The center little console that opens up, they've got their masks and such. I'm going to be filming the Fabletics video very soon. I'm waiting because I got this like onesie, this like warm long sleeve long pants like pajama type onesie from them, which isn't usually something they carry, but I really loved it when I saw it, and I got it, and I've been wearing it constantly. Even to people's houses I just wore this to see them. And so see this guy, what's this called? Booster seat. I think it's called a booster seat. I don't understand the reason. So they can, what's the reason for these guys? I assume it's safety, but why is it safer to be just a bit higher up? Maybe just like make sure they're more, fitted into their spot. I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, I wanted to wear the onesie while I filmed the video because I thought that would be appropriate. But I wore it too many times and it's like I need to wash it now. So once it's washed, I'll film the video. But I've been wearing the pieces and they're like really cute. I'm excited to show you everything. Why can't I say this? I bought quite a large amount of items from them because it was an 80% off deal. And these items are quality, they last so long, they're just really good quality, and I just wear them constantly. I wash them constantly, and yeah, so I just went for it and got all the things that I would need to use for dance, exercise, etc. for the next year. Plus, just I try to get them in bulk, especially when there's a deal like that, because this company's they're very pricey. But again, I don't think I've ever purchased something full price. I couldn't stomach it. It's expensive. So yeah, I go for the 80%, and then it's just like amazing. Little hook on the ceiling there, some vents. This car has 2 seats in the front, obviously, then it's got a set of 3 seats in the middle, and then in the very back, I think, yes, I believe you can pull up, you kind of pull up what lays down as like a trunk space. If you pull that up, it becomes 2 more chairs that are in the back, I believe. 2 or even 3, I can't remember. I've sat in her car when it was all set up once, and I remember sitting in the very back one time. Not a fan of that because I kind of get like car sickness, dizzy, like just feeling a bit like not great. So I like sitting towards the front of cars, but that's okay. It was fine. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I hope you enjoy getting to hear a car tap through. I'm sorry it's been so long. Actually, my boyfriend put out a car tapping video. When was that? I should try to link that below for you. I think maybe a few weeks ago, maybe even 3 weeks ago, I'm not sure. But I always want to post his stuff, but I don't want to overwhelm you and post it too much because I get excited. Actually, there's one I really should post. There's a vintage store walkthrough that he did the other day, and I really loved it because he loves vintage stuff. Like, it's so his personality. And I should probably specify, if you don't know, my boyfriend recently started an ASMR channel, and I've been spamming you guys with his content because I'm super excited and he's super excited. Yeah, I tried to stop because I didn't want to overwhelm you guys. But there's one you really should check out. It's a vintage walkthrough of this store. If you like my walkthroughs, I think you'll enjoy it. And I was excited that he got to do something like a store he's passionate about, because I love IKEA. That's like, I'm passionate about that. So I do those all the time. And he did one, but it's not like his style of store. So I really am excited that he did that. I'll try to remember to post that for you guys. Put a link to it. I'll try to stop spamming you guys, but you know, it's exciting. She's got a couple umbrellas, been raining. This is the other booster seat. I'm just going to show you kind of this side of the back seat, and then I'll say goodbye, but I wanted to be able to show you this side too. So she's got 2 booster seats. These are the straps that I think I honestly don't know what that strap is. I really don't know. When I was watching all these littles, they were so little. They didn't have booster seats, so I'm not entirely sure of the purpose. I think also living in Egypt, there's no car seats like at all. So I think my brain is forgetting why we have booster seats. It's better than not having them, though, I'm assuming. But it's very helpful in keeping all the little nuggets safe. The seat belt. But there's something to this. See this little red buckle? So it's like attached to that little black one. I think it like creates a seat belt for the little ones. It's like maybe fits them better or something. Maybe a mom or dad out there can fill me in. Okay, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you guys for knowing me, being with me. Love you. Bye.